There's one ChatGPT setting that most people never touch, and it's the reason why some people get responses that feel personal, relevant, and useful, while everyone else gets generic corporate speak that sounds like it came from a robot. I'm talking about custom instructions. This is the setting that transforms ChatGPT from a tool you have to explain yourself to every single time, into a co-partner that already knows your context, your style, and your goals. In this video, I'm going to show you what this setting does and why it changes everything. I'm not going to walk you through how to configure it, but by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this one change makes all the difference. Let's start with what most people experience. Here's what happens when you don't use custom instructions. Every time you start a new ChatGPT conversation, you have to explain yourself all over again. Here is an example. I'm a YouTube creator focused on AI education. My audience is professionals who want to use AI more effectively. I need help writing a video script that's educational but not too technical. Then, tomorrow, you start a new conversation and have to say it all again. I'm a YouTube creator, and my audience is. And the next day. And the day after that. It's exhausting. And here's the worst part. Even when you explain your context, ChatGPT still gives you generic responses because it doesn't have persistent memory of who you are and what you're working on. Let me show you what I mean with a real example. Before example. Without custom instructions. I asked ChatGPT, help me write an intro for my next YouTube video. Here's what it gave me. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about an exciting topic that I think you'll find really valuable. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future content. Let's dive in. Generic. Boring. Sounds like every other YouTube intro you've ever heard. It has no idea what my channel is about, who is my audience, what is my content style, what I'm actually trying to teach. After example, with custom instructions. Now here's the same request after I set up custom instructions. Most people think ChatGPT is just a smarter search engine. But what if it could actually remember your work, adapt to your style, and help you create content that sounds like you? That's what we're covering today. The one setting that transforms ChatGPT from a tool into a co-partner. See the difference? The second intro has personality. It reflects my teaching style. It speaks directly to my audience's frustration. It positions the content as transformation, not information. That's what happens when ChatGPT has custom instructions set up. So what are custom instructions, and why do they change everything? Here's the simple explanation. Custom instructions give ChatGPT a persistent context about you. That means, instead of starting every conversation from zero, ChatGPT already knows who you are professionally, how you like to communicate, what you're working toward, what kind of responses actually help you. It's like the difference between explaining your job to a stranger every single day versus working with a colleague who's been on your team for months. Let me break down what this actually means in practice. What custom instructions do, the 3 layers. Layer 1, professional context, who you are. Custom instructions let you tell ChatGPT your professional context once, and it remembers. What does that include? Your industry and role, the type of work you do, who your audience is, what projects you're focused on. Example, professional context. Without custom instructions, if I ask, help me plan next week's content, ChatGPT has to guess what kind of content I create. With custom instructions, ChatGPT already knows. I run a YouTube channel teaching AI customization. My audience is professionals who want practical AI skills. I'm in a 90-day niche commitment, publishing 2 videos per week. My content focuses on what and why, not step-by-step how. So when I ask for content planning help, ChatGPT doesn't give me generic social media ideas. It gives me YouTube video concepts aligned with my niche, my audience, and my publishing schedule. Layer 2. Communication style. How you work. Custom instructions. Let you define how you want ChatGPT to communicate with you. Do you want short bullet points or detailed explanations? Formal tone or conversational? Technical language or plain English? Structured frameworks or creative brainstorming? Example: communication style. Let's say I ask, explain what custom instructions do. Without custom instructions is a feature in ChatGPT that allows users to provide persistent context and preferences, enabling the AI to generate more personalized and relevant responses across multiple conversations. Sounds like a textbook definition, right? With custom instructions, knowing I teach in plain language with metaphors. Custom instructions are like giving ChatGPT a user manual about you. Instead of explaining who you are every time you start a conversation, you said it once, and ChatGPT remembers. Think of it like the difference between hiring a new assistant every day versus working with someone who already knows how you operate. Same concept, completely different delivery. One sounds robotic, the other sounds human. Layer 3. Goal alignment, what you're working toward. Custom instructions. Let you tell ChatGPT what you're trying to achieve, so every response is filtered through your goals. Example: goal alignment. I ask, should I make this video 10 or 15 minutes long? Without custom instructions, both lengths work well on YouTube. 10-minute videos are easier to watch, while 15-minute videos allow for deeper content. Test both and see what your audience prefers. Not helpful. It's hedging. With custom instructions, knowing my goal is search-optimized educational content. Go with 14 to 16 minutes. Your niche is educational AI content, and YouTube's algorithm favors longer watch time for search-driven videos. Your audience expects depth, not quick tips. Longer content also positions you as an authority, which supports your goal of driving interest in the AI Co-Partner Guide. See the difference? One gives you options. The other gives you a strategic decision based on your specific situation. Here's the bottom line. Custom instructions turn ChatGPT from a tool that guesses what you need into a co-partner that already knows your context, speaks your language, and aligns with your goals. It's one setting, but it changes everything. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, I get it. Custom instructions are important. But how do I actually set them up? That's the question I'm not answering in this video. What I wanted you to understand is what this setting does and why it transforms how ChatGPT works for you. Setting up custom instructions isn't complicated, but knowing what to include and why it matters took me months of trial and error. That's why I created the AI Co-Partner Guide. Inside, you'll get the exact framework for writing custom instructions that work, with examples you can adapt, my personal custom instructions template, broken down line by line, before and after examples showing what good customization looks like, troubleshooting guidance for common setup mistakes. If you're tired of explaining yourself to ChatGPT every single time, and you're ready to set it up once so it actually remembers you, the link to the starter guide is in the description. But whether you grab the guide or not, here's what I want you to take away from this video. Custom instructions are the one setting that changes everything. Most people keep starting new ChatGPT conversations and explaining themselves over and over, wondering why the responses still feel generic. Now you know why. ChatGPT doesn't have persistent context about you unless you set it up. Here's your homework. Start a new ChatGPT conversation right now and ask it, what do you know about my work? drop your answer in the comments. I'm betting most of you will get a blank response. And that's exactly what Custom Instructions fixes. And if you're ready to stop repeating yourself and start working with an AI co-partner that actually remembers you, check out the AI co-partner guide in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.